good afternoon, everybody. As promised, this was about a week and a half ago, actually. So we're going to get some more videos about our walk-in cooler here at the Trail Tree Homestead and the CoolBot system and how we do it here. So this is one of the biggest things I think that we have done here at the Trail Tree Homestead. You can have all the animals you want. You know, we have a couple goats, we have some heritage hogs, and we have plenty of chickens too. And then a very large apple orchard and a 2-acre garden, okay? So all that's fantastic, but you gotta find a way to store things, and especially if it needs to be in a cooler. That's kind of problematic. You can have all the refrigerators you want, but in reality, when you take that next step, this is what you wanna do. So as you can see around you, this is the walk-in cooler. I think it's a 12 or 14 foot by 8 foot. We hung 5 deer in here at once this year. And of course, you can store as much as you have room for. The reason why I say it's one of those big steps is this can be costly, but also at the same time, the internet has all kinds of ideas on how you can build your own walk-in cooler. It's really just walls, studs, and insulation. Okay, so anybody can do this, all right? So anybody can do that part, but the one part that does become a challenge is the actual cooling unit, because if you want to go commercial, you know, you're looking at $4,000, $5,000, $6,000 sometimes to have a commercial unit to keep your cooler where it's supposed to be, okay? And now we enter the CoolBot, okay? So this is the CoolBot system, and there's plenty of information on it online. Actually, I'll refer it to a website called storeitcold.com. They have just about everything you need there on how to properly refrigerate your walk-in cooler, okay? And one of those items is the CoolBot. I'll point it out again, obviously. So once you go to that website, it has a manual. It explains you how to do things, but I'm going to show you here just exactly how this looks. So it is exactly as it says it is. You have a room attachment, which is right here. That actually tells the temperature of the room, of course. This is for the fins. It goes down to the air conditioner, which I'll explain in just a second. And this is the heater that goes to the fins also, okay? This obviously being your power, which I might add also with power. In our particular situation, we ended up having to run a 220 line separate. We just ran it off of our box next to the house to be able to run this guy, okay? And the reason why we picked this guy is because on storeitcold.com, you have an AC calculator. And that AC calculator allows you to plug in numbers and tells you what size unit you need to keep things cool in your particular walk-in size, okay? That's very important. Do not skip that step. Because if you buy an air conditioner that's too small, you're going to be burning up compressors and your electric bill will be ridiculous, okay? So make the right steps when it comes to that. Okay, so this is an LG unit. I believe it is 22,000 BTUs. If I remember right, it's a 220 line. It's quite significant. The CoolBot, I will explain. This is room, obviously, just like I said. Fins and heater is something that took me a little while to understand. This goes down to the fins, obviously on here, and this goes down to the fins on here. The heater that comes off of this tricks your air conditioner into thinking the room is warmer than what it is. And by doing so, I can run this air conditioner down to 30 degrees in here if I wanted to. Now, you cannot do that with a standard air conditioner because of the settings on it and the compressor, right? This bypasses all that by applying heat to the particular area of the fins that allows it to work, okay? So I keep all of our meats and vegetables at right about 35 degrees, and this guy, it just works perfectly. It's nonstop, okay? So go on that website, check it out. There's all kinds of settings on here. I'll take you through a couple of them. One of them is really easy, and that's, you can see on here it says room, fins, heater, and program, okay? So the one that we mess with the most around here is the room, because we want the room temperature set, okay? So you press that check mark, hit check mark again. We're gonna hit power on this guy, and you wanna make sure that it's on the highest fan speed setting. So we're gonna go all the way up. Nope, not temperature. You want your temperature set all the way back down to my dad, but fan speed 2, 3. Okay, this right now, as you can tell, it says 44 up here because it's sensing this. This is going to kick this compressor on here in just a minute or two, and it's going to start cooling this place down. Now, I will remind you, it's 30 degrees outside right now, okay? So this guy right here is going to run that energy saver. We don't want that one. We want cool. Got to remember that too, okay? So this guy's going to run it down to I believe I had it set at 35 degrees. It's 43 here now. It will run it down to 35 degrees, okay? So the CoolBot system itself is really just basically plug and play. You can go find it, the information with it when you order it. Comes with an instruction manual, explains everything in detail. I will advise you do exactly as it says. If it says you need this type of air conditioner, do it. If it has this kind of setting, do it also, okay? So really that's just about it from the standpoint of the CoolBot. I want to talk just a couple minutes about the cooler. Make sure it's airtight, okay? Because running this guy and having gaps underneath your door or in between your joints, as you can see up here, we foamed all of our joints and taped all of our joints in here. Those are really key important things, and they're also healthy key important things too, because you get contaminants coming in from outside that's only going to give you problems inside with your meats and your vegetables, whatever you have inside there. So that pretty much covers it. I can't get inside of the air conditioner yet. I will do another video about that, about how the fins and the heater is set up on there, because next week we have a routine cleaning on this. You have to do it at least once or twice a year. Keep the fins clean, keep the rabbit cage clean. Other than that, you can tell around the sides of the air conditioner. You just basically cut a hole in it, just like it says it's supposed to fit. Okay, that's what we did. Cut a hole, fit air conditioner in. Make sure you got this guy and put it up right there. You get air all the way to the back of the cooler. And you can spin around Ephraim if you want. You can just show what we got. Sorry, our floor is a little bit dirty still because we haven't finished cleaning up from our processing from last weekend. But basically, that's it about the CoolBot and how it works. So if you have any questions, honestly, go to what I said. storeitcold.com is where I got all this information from and how we did this, okay? I will tell you also, very lastly, it's not a cheap item. It was $400, okay? But I promise, if you're willing to take steps in your homestead where you want to kill and harvest your own meats, you have your own vegetables in the garden, this is what you want to do, okay? Whether it's you want to use it to sell the product to make profit, or whether it's for your family, whichever one. I assure you this is a terrific investment, and it might be really the first thing that defines you as a homesteader, in my opinion. So that's all for today. As you can hear right there, you can probably hear the compressor kicked on, okay? And so it is 41 degrees in here right now. That compressor is it's ice cold coming out of there now. So within a couple minutes, we'll be back down to the 35 degree setting that I have on there. So that's all from the homestead today, and we'll do another video about the exterior and about installing the air conditioner on another day. Thanks, and happy day from the Trail Tree Homestead.